Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We've got a interesting video today. Let's go ahead and jump into the seat. We're going to be flying IFR. We're in Greenwood, Mississippi. Let's get rid of the ATC window. So things today. We are flying with no other human players because the last update has made some pretty serious stuttering issues when human players load in. And we're also not flying with live traffic, because live traffic doesn't include much in the way of GA planes. But if you switch to AI traffic, there's a decent number of GA planes included in that. So that is cool. Also, we've had a change in the available in the controls that I'm flying with. So I've previously been flying with the T16000 HOTAS bundle, which is from Thrustmaster T16000. I don't know if I said the right word there. So that was a right-handed stick and throttle setup, and with rudder pedals. So I've been planning to upgrade to Honeycomb equipment. I've got the Honeycomb Bravo throttle on order. Keeps getting pushed back because I missed the pre-order period from the company. So mine is pre-ordered from a third-party seller, and they still haven't gotten theirs yet. So that keeps getting pushed back, but I don't have a Yoke. At least I didn't. And I was really reluctant to buy the Honeycomb Alpha, because there's a new version of the Alpha coming out later this year that's going to be compatible with the Xbox Series consoles, which I'm planning to upgrade to eventually. I missed all the pre-orders on that as well. But yeah, so we are going to be trying to jump whole hog into Flight Simulator on the Xbox once that's available. So I want to be looking towards getting that and not spending money on a Yoke that's not going to work with the Xbox. But one of my neighbors posted a Saitek Yoke. I'm actually just going to start recording outside of the video right now, which I hope that will be a good enough thing for me to sync these up. The tutorial video I did, if you all couldn't tell, was not filmed at the same time that I was recording the game footage. This one is. You can see in the video the controls are happening. That's going to be really confusing in the edit. But yeah, anyway, so let's so this is the Logitech Yoke, which you can see it's used. It's dusty. It's got a clock on it, which I love, which also you can switch that over to a timer, which is great. But it also came with a throttle. So we've got the this is a special setup just for the TBM, because the TBM doesn't have a condition lever. It's got this combined power lever that we see in the sim. Let's get the lights on. Lights would be good. Let's bring crash bar up, battery, generator. Ignition is on. Ignition should be on auto, right? Yeah. Boost pump is on off at the moment. We'll turn on the boost pump when we're ready to roll, but we need lights. There we go. Okay, so as you can see in the sim, we've got a combined power lever. And so the combined power lever controls, we've got this, the mixture
system test. Okay.
Good. So let's actually also, just before we do anything, I want these on the things that I need. So I've got the mixture lever set to control the flaps. 50% brings you to takeoff flaps, 0 brings you to landing flaps. Then the popping this down will also toggle the landing gear. That's just a thing to be handy for landing if I don't have enough hands at the moment. Also, I've got this lever up and down our landing gear respectively, though I need it to be on the red mode for that. Left and right are flaps. So then, in addition to that, so the throttle, bumping that forward gets us out of the cutoff position, and then to bring it into flight idle, bring the prop lever all the way forward, and then to bring it into then we've got full control of the throttle with this lever. And then if I bump that into that, we go into reverse. I have to bump it out to get it back to normal, and then from flight idle, I can bring back the propeller and then bump into the bottom and send that into the cutoff position. So works quite nicely. I'm very fond of how this setup goes. So let's go through the aircraft startup sequence. We do still have the T-Flight rudder pedals. and we have the throttle still plugged in. We're not using the throttle as the throttle. We're using the buttons on the throttle for some things, like the joystick on the back of the throttle. Really handy for looking around. I need to push this button. Okay, let's release the parking brake and request a pushback. Shift P. Okay, Shift P. Okay, he appears to be moving now. There we go. So we're going to get shoved backwards a little bit. And then we'll start the engine. Let's pop outside for this view. Decent number of other AI planes. Looks like there's someone coming into land. Oh, a couple of other planes in the area. That's exciting. But the performance is still great. So it's interesting as different updates come out. The optimal way to fly, to have other airplanes in the sky that don't affect your performance, changes depending on the updates. I keep forgetting y'all can see the screen already because I'm recording the screen separately. Okay, so let's Shift P, stop the pushback. Are you done? Please leave me. Please leave me. Nope. Okay, it has to be left shift. That's good to know. All right, so they are leaving. Let's pop back inside. Hi. Okay, you're away from my... You're away from that, so let's scroll through the instrument views to get the overhead. We're going to turn on the aux boost pump. We're going to go back down to this view. Or actually, I want the slightly closer view. Actually, can I turn this one to see that? Ooh, that's much better. Okay, let's look up. Oh. Oh, it's not going to cooperate very much. Let's set the parking brake. And let's kill both of those alarms. And we're just going to look up to the right, engage the starter. And we'll just manually zoom in here and start our timer. There's 13% NG. We're going to bump that out of, we bumped the throttle out of cutoff, waiting for 50%. I almost forgot to look at the throttle. I'm so sorry. There's 52%. We're going to bring the propeller lever forward, which brings us into flight idle position. And looks like we are in good shape. So let's go ahead and stop that timer. We don't need that anymore. And let's... Yeah, we're in very good shape. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the vehicle ready to taxi. So I think y'all have seen everything you need to see from this view. It's going to be interesting edit, but you know, hey, things have gotten interesting. I'll record another little video as we do the shutdown, just so you can see that sequence as well. Let's set ourselves up for this. I use the numpad now for air traffic control. I've also got buttons on the Saitek side panel for ATC, so I don't need to be able to see to be able to use it. Let's get automated weather.
Kilo Golf Whiskey Oscar automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 001 at 5. Visibility 10 in heavy rain. Sky condition: few clouds at 700 feet, few clouds at 4,200 feet, few clouds at 11,800 feet. Temperature 5 C dew point, 10 C altimeter 3029er.
I did not write any of that down. I am irresponsible.
Kilo Golf Whiskey Oscar automated weather observation 2100 Zulu.
2100 Zulu.
01 at 5.
001 at 5. So we've got
Sky condition.
our choice of where to
Clouds
take
at
off from.
700 feet, few clouds.
That's great.
At 4,200 feet, few clouds. At 11,800 feet. Temperature, 5 C dew point. 10 C altimeter, tree 029er.
Alright. 1,
Kilo Golf
1,
Whiskey Oscar
8,
automated weather
3,
observation
5.
2100 Zulu.
Oh, you get my IFR clearance straight from the tower today? That's exciting. Okay, so let's get our other stuff set up first. So we are just ready to roll, all on. Turn off approach, we don't need that. Let's see, we're not going to be using any nav, so we'll just switch over to FMS. Minimums, we'll worry about that in the air. PFD settings, none of those needed. Let's go ahead and bring up our destination air nav, and we are going to KPBF. Pine Bluff. Gritter Field. Gritter. Alright, so we're going to need potentially our instrument approaches, which there's no ILS for this airport in the game, so we're going to be using the GPS for that, presumably. Actually, we might just try and plug in the ILS and see what happens, but I assume we'll be doing an RNAV. I've got it set for automatic, so I'll do that. So expect 1230, but 120775 for the AWAS there. Let's go ahead and plug that in. 120775. Transfer. Perfect. So we'll just be able to listen in on that later. Let's get IFR clearance.
Tower Donner November 456 Hotel Delta ready to copy IFR clearance to Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot. Donner November 456 Hotel Delta is cleared to Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot Airport as filed.
As filed.
Takeoff runway 5 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 132.5, squawk 3172.
3172. Okay, let's put in our squawk code. 3172. Let's do a readback.
Donner
Stand
November
by.
456 Hotel Delta cleared
Enter.
to Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot Airport as filed.
And then we're going to
Takeoff runway 5 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 132.5, squawk 3172. Donner 6 Hotel Delta, readback correct. Contact ground on 118.35.
This is 11835. I feel like they should put in, that's 8,000. They cleared me to 8,000. I went right by it. I feel like they should put in some kind of alternate script for if ground and tower are on the same frequency. Okay, let's go ahead and reset both of our barometers with just a button because we know what altitude we're at, even though I got the barometer reading from the weather. So that's good. Let's see. We're going to do heading mode. And we're taking off runway 5. Let's go ahead and just turn that to about 50 degrees. And then we'll sync that up as we get to that spot on there. Let's go ahead and turn the flight director on. Good. Also, I'm using special controls for this setup where the yaw damper will automatically turn on with the autopilot. I have that set, which is exciting. Alright, so inertial separator. I have a button for the inertial separator on this control, but for some reason that button just automatically flips the inertial separator. Actually, I'll just show you. Button. Oh, I switched that to yaw damper, sorry. There we go. Button. And you can see the inertial separator comes on, the warning comes on, but the switch doesn't move, which is weird, because what's supposed to happen, let's disable that caution. So let's turn the inertial separator off. So in the actual plane, then it instantly disappears. So in the actual plane, you flip the switch, and then you wait for a good little bit before the inertial separator actually finish it, because it takes a minute for, there's a couple of grates in the intake that have to move into place to prevent foreign objects from getting into the engine. So yeah, we're gonna, yep, as expected, that makes that useless. Flight plan 5 degrees Celsius, so we maybe will need to worry about icing on the way up. That's fine. We'll expect direct to Kyle pretty early in the flight. And see, there's the inertial separator finally came on. So we'll activate that in a bit. Already have FMS sent there. Okay, let's go ahead and get our taxi.
Ground Donner November 456 Hotel, Delta ready to taxi IFR.
Dayer November 456 Hotel Delta taxi to and hold short of runway 5 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 36.
Alpha
Contact
cross
tower
36.
on
Got it.
118.35 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 5 via taxiway Alpha cross runway 36 Donner 6 Hotel Delta.
I assume this would be our taxiway. There's not exactly not exactly useful information on that, but this is definitely the runway we're taking off on. You can see there's a little 5 right there. So I'm going to assume we taxi along here and then turn right. Okay, let's do that then. Let's turn off the parking brake and start. Actually, let's get our lights set properly. So, access light on. We do have passengers. Cabin light, we'll leave that off. Dimming, we'll leave that off. Let's get our taxi light on, as well as our nav lights. Whoops, sorry. Our nav light. And that will do. Alright, let's also turn on the oxygen. Let's turn on the autopilot trims. Let's turn this to auto. Let's turn that to auto. I've just been using all the wrong things. This is what I get for not using actual checklists and just trusting my memory to get us through such things as these. Bleed is set to auto. Okay, we're ready to taxi. Bring the throttle up. This Alpha? This is Alpha. Okay. We've already been given permission to cross this runway. We have not been told anything else. We're still going to check. It looks clear. Let's boogie across. Don't know why they're sending us to runway 5 and not the nice long big runway, but that's fine. Alright, we're clear of that runway. And here's our hold short bars for runway 5. Stopping there. Okay, parking brake. Let's first turn off that alarm. Let's Alt-Tab to Sim Connect and start our flight. We have our passengers aboard. Excellent. Let's minimize that. Y'all didn't see that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's prepare for takeoff. So, we've got pitot heat. Check. Heaters off. Bleed is on. Let's go ahead and set our... We'll prepare to set that to altitude reporting so I just can't forget that. We've got our autopilot set for what we want. Let's go ahead and put 1 notch of flaps. We are prepared to bring up the landing gear. We have our taxi lights still on. We'll be turning on the strobe lights once we're cleared to take off. Okay, those lights are all where we want them. This is on off. This is on auto. This is on... Alright, that's weird. This is on. This is on auto. Auto. And this is on. Okay, let's turn off the... Actually, that will be the last thing we do. Let's get our permission to take off. Air traffic control. Ooh, I thought we were moving for a second there. That rain just really messed with me. Request takeoff clearance.
Tower Donner November 456 Hotel Delta ready to go runway 5 IFR to Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot.
Donner November 456 Hotel Delta cleared for takeoff runway 5.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 5.
Cleared for takeoff runway 5 Donner November 456 Hotel Delta.
Check. Let's turn off our taxi light, turn on our
Tower
landing light,
Cessna
turn
November
on
439
the
4 Zulu
strobe
IFR to
light.
Campbell, ready to copy.
Cessna November 439er 4 Zulu is cleared to Campbell Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 5 climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 132.5.
Okay.
Squawk tree 564.
Oh, timer. Renting a plane. Let's start the timer. Reset.
Cessna November 439er 4 Zulu cleared to Campbell Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 5 climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure on 132.5
Got it.
squawk tree 564.
Speed bugs are already set. Let's get
Cessna
back
4
to
Zulu
these.
feedback is correct. Contact ground on 118.35
Release parking brake.
when ready to taxi.
I'm just going to warn you, this might be a rough takeoff.
Ground Cessna November 439er 4 Zulu requesting pushback. Cessna November 439er 4 Zulu pushback request accepted.
It's a busy, busy tower frequency here.
Ground Cessna November 439er 4 Zulu requesting the end of pushback.
There we go. All right.
Cessna November 439er 4 Zulu request
Take
to end
off.
pushback received.
All right, throttles at toga. Flaps are set.
Ground Cessna November
I would like wind.
439er 4 Zulu ready to taxi IFR.
Wind. Option
Cessna
3. I
November
knew I forgot something.
439er 4 Zulu taxi to and hold short of runway 5 via taxiway Alpha
Okay,
cross runway
ready to take
36.
off.
Contact tower on 118.35 when ready.
Let's bring ourselves up to takeoff power. Gently, so that should be about 50.
Taxiing hold short runway 5 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 36 Cessna 9er 4 Zulu.
Alright. Now in a real plane you would put that to 100 for the takeoff roll. But in in this sim, it... Alright. Pull back. In this sim, your torque increases with altitude, so you really don't want to be...
Donner 6 Hotel Delta contact Memphis Center on 132.5.
1325.
Going to 132.5 Donner 6 Hotel Delta.
Let's bring up our flaps. Oh, right, I have a, I have a whole thing for that. Alright, let's trim. There we go. That helps. Nope, not quite. Let's contact.
Memphis Center Docker, November 456 Hotel Delta is climbing through 1,900 feet for 8,000 feet.
Dare November 456 Hotel Delta Memphis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.29er.
Do I need to respond to that? No. 3029er. So let's doot, and then let's go ahead and turn on our air traffic, our autopilot, and let's set nav mode and activate direct to our first waypoint, as well as flight level change. And we'll do cruise climb. We don't need to aggressively gain altitude. Oh, I never retracted my landing gear. That's why you're flying so slow. Also, we're icing up. Okay. Inertial separator still on? Yeah. Probably got some frost on my landing gear there by doing that. Oh, it's in roll mode for some reason. I want nav. Nav? There we go. There's nav. Let's go ahead and just direct to again. There we go. Now we're still in nav mode? Still in nav mode. Yeah, the fun thing with using buttons on your console for everything is sometimes they just don't work, or they double click and you don't realize it. We're going to keep our inertial separator on until we have climbed out of this rain. Assuming we climb out of this rain at some point. Not looking great, I'm gonna say. Actually, doesn't look super tall, but the problem with this view is that I know this says plus 6,000 feet here, but I don't know what scale that's at, because the scale doesn't change depending on the range you choose here. So, hopefully, something like this, where it's just, you know, a little bit above us. We'll see. Let's set this for, I say 35 is probably, I think, maybe most accurate here, I hope. But we're coming up on 8,000, so hopefully we'll get cleared above it. And we'll see.
Dare 6 Hotel Delta climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
16,000.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet. Docker, 6 Hotel Delta.
Yeah, I'm definitely not good at flying with the Yoke yet. 16,000, flight level change. 170. We're not going into the flight levels today, because we're not going that far. Let's bring our power up a bit. Ooh, I wonder if that update fixed the way the torque works in the turboprops, because that's... We were definitely in the 90s when I took off, and then it was in the 80s there. That's fascinating. Oh, ITT. Oh my gosh, we're ITT limited. That's never happened to me before in this game. Holy crap, did they fix it? Did they finally fix it? Oh my gosh. They might have finally fixed turboprops. That's exciting. That's very exciting. Are we clear of the clouds yet? No. Still a bit to go. Oh, that's very exciting. Wow, I can't believe we're ITT limited. That's never happened to me in this plane before. That's so exciting. It shouldn't be exciting. That's a silly thing to be excited over. But accuracy is fun. For me. Your mileage may vary. A little bit of turbulence, it's fine. We're above 10,000 now. Let's go ahead and turn our cabin lights on, as well as turn off our landing lights, which you can see happened there. A little bit difficult to see because of the clouds outside. Bit of a dreary day. But trust me, that did happen. Oh, I'm so excited that they updated that. I gotta actually check the... Oh, I think we're breaking out here. Maybe not. That might just be like one kind of low spot. Looks like we got another 3,000 feet to go before we're above it, which might be a problem. We might not be able to get above it on this flight. Ugh. We are at 100 torque now. Disabling my landing gear lever so I don't accidentally hit that while trying to...
Memphis Center, Cessna November 7769er, Whiskey 5,400 feet. Dater 6 Hotel Delta, contact Memphis Center on 135.875.
135.875.
November 7769er, Whiskey Memphis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 30.28.
135.875, Donger, 6 Hotel Delta. Memphis Center Donger, November 456 Hotel Delta is at 14,600 feet, climbing 16,000 feet.
Donger, November 456 Hotel Delta Memphis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 30.28.
3028. Oh, we might not break out of this. Alright, we might go for a flight level here. Oh, nope, there's the tops. Or we can try 18,000 maybe.
Memphis Center, Donger, 6 Hotel Delta. Request flight level 180.
Donger, 6 Hotel Delta, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Now that was a very specific order they just gave me that told me to go to
Climb
the
and
flight
maintain
level,
flight
not
level
18,000.
180 Donger, 6 Hotel Delta.
Flick. So what the flight level means is that we're going to be going on to standard altitude. Wow, somebody just blasted past my window here. Standard altitude, standard. Why will that not let me go to standard? Okay, we'll just do that the hard way then. Standard is 29902. And our torque is in the red. There we go. Fixed it. So a flight level is an altitude at standard pressure, which is 29902. An altitude given in thousands is not at standard pressure. It's at sea level pressure.
Cessna 9066 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles
Oof.
at 7,500 feet, Diamond C862.
Still not out of
Report them in
this.
sight.
Good to know.
Diamond 660 air traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 5,500 feet, Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
Alright, we're gonna need more altitude then.
Cessna 966 have the Diamond DA62 in sight.
Let's just go for
Diamond 66 Sierra traffic in sight.
another 4,000 feet.
Memphis Center, Docker, 6 Hotel Delta. Request flight level 220.
Donner, 6 Hotel Delta climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220 Docker, 6 Hotel Delta.
Alright. That will hopefully get us clear of this. Oh gosh, look at how much ice is on the radar. So that would be unusable at this point anyway. Weather radar cannot see through ice. There's some blue sky right there. Might yet get out of this. Not that we have a whole ton of time left on this flight, but you don't want to fly through icing if you can avoid it. So we are at least in an airplane equipped for it. Alright, another 2,000 feet. We might just be like skimming these clouds. Curious to see what approach the Pine Bluff is going to be using when we get there. It should be relatively soon. Or what's our ETA? ETA is 21:51. It's 21:38 right now, so another 10, 13 minutes. So we should probably get a descent here soon. Well, at least we got to the top of the clouds.
Cessna 68 Lima traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at 5,500 feet, Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Cessna 966 traffic is 5 o'clock 4 miles at 7,600 feet, Cessna Caravan. Report them in sight.
Gotta keep the torque coming back now that the inertial separator's off. There's a torque spike as the inertial separator folds away.
Cessna 966 have the Cessna Caravan in sight.
Come on, Yep, come on. Alright, we're cruising altitude. Let's bring her back to about 50%. Torque, which is interesting, so that's much lower.
6 Hotel Delta descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Okay, right back into the ice then, okay.
Descend and
That
maintain
back on.
10,000 feet. Docker, 6 Hotel Delta.
Memphis Center says in November 8320 Juliet is climbing through 800 feet for 8,000 feet.
Cessna November 8320 Juliet Memphis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.32. Cessna 6 8 Lima contact Memphis Center on 135.3.
Going to 135.3 Cessna 68 Lima.
Do about 2,000 feet per minute, I think.
Docker 6 Hotel Delta, please expedite your descent to 10,000 feet.
Yeah, working on it.
Cessna 20 Juliet, please expedite your climb to 8,000 feet.
Okay, got the de-icing and stuff on. Let's just go ahead and turn... We'll leave the cabin light on until we get to 10,000, then we'll... Oh, these poor people in the back of my plane. What a bumpy ride that they are being subjected to. Into the clouds we go. On the bright side, I think the rain does make the ice melt faster once you get down low enough. Flying over the Mississippi River here, I believe. We should probably turn the heat on. Bet my passengers are freezing.
Diamond 66 Sierra contact Memphis Center on 135.3.
135.3. Wait, that wasn't me, was it? No, that was me. Wait, no, that wasn't me. Huh!
135.3 for Diamond 66 Sierra.
Alright, back below the flight levels. There we go.
Donner 6 Hotel Delta UR 5 0 miles east. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors
2,000?
visual runway 36 approach.
Nope, not doing that. We're not doing vectors in
Donner
this
6
soup.
Hotel Delta descend and maintain 2,200 feet.
Stand by Docker, 6 Hotel Delta.
May I
Donner
please?
6 Hotel Delta Roger.
Might I please have RNAV? Runway 36. What's our flight plan?
Cessna 0 019er, contact Memphis Center on 135 decimal tree. Going to 135 decimal tree Cessna 019er.
Let's go for... Actually, let's just... Back. Procedures. Approach. RNAV 36. Load. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Let's just do JUDPA transition.
Delta 6 Hotel, Delta acknowledge, last transmission.
Delta 6 Hotel Delta, would like RNAV runway tree 6 approach JUDPA transition.
Delta 6 Hotel Delta, you are 4 miles east. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect RNAV runway tree 6 approach via JUDPA transition. Cleared to JUDPA.
Cleared to JUDPA.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect RNAV runway tree 6 approach via JUDPA transition. Cleared to JUDPA Delta 6 Hotel Delta.
Three, two, 2,000.
Cessna 19er, contact Memphis Center on 135 decimal tree.
Let's get our approach plate.
135 decimal tree Cessna 19er.
For RNAV 36. Okay, so IF 2000 at JUDPA. So yeah, with no procedure turn coming in from this, so we'll just go to Reroy and then FSEco Weber. So Reroy 2000 descend to 1800 780. Got it. So 1800 2000 780 minimums. Minimums 250 AGL. Min 250 and MSA 3,300. MSA or missed approach. Climb 2,000. Direct. Pay it. Okay. Well, we're almost descending out of the rain. Still -5 outside though, so we don't want to
Memphis Center Beechcraft November 24902, X-ray 5,000 feet. Beechcraft November 24902, X-ray Memphis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter tree, 0 decimal tree.
are we doing on... So we'll be there in 3 minutes.
Cessna 20 Juliet, contact Memphis Center on 132.5.
Going to 132.5 Cessna 20 Juliet.
Just decreasing our descent rate so we don't...
Beechcraft, 44 kilo, you are at 61 miles west. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway.
so we don't
36
arrive
approach.
too early to our altitude. Because again, MSA around here is 3,300, so something around here is tall enough to warrant that.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 36 approach. Beechcraft, 44 kilo.
Good on fuel. Did I turn my landing lights on? I did not. Let's get landing lights on. Cabin lights off. Nav and strobe are all on already. Let's turn that light off. Everything else prepped for landing. Looks like we might actually just be
Beechcraft 9
below,
213, contact Memphis Center on 135.3.
or almost below this, so that's a relief.
Beechcraft 9er, 2 X-ray.
Not that we could actually use that. Still -4 outside. We're going to leave the anti-icing on for now. Alright, almost to Judpa, almost to 2,000. Absolutely perfect. Now we're 2,000 on the way to Leroy. Oh, I think we've broken out. Once I can see for sure that we are safely below the cloud base, we'll turn off our anti-icing. There's still some cloud ahead of us.
6 contact Memphis Center on 132.5.
Turning toward Leroy.
For Cessna 966.
Alright, we can safely turn off our anti-ice, I believe. Leave the inertial separator on, since we're about to be landing. Flight plan. Activate that leg. Oh, I want to activate that leg. There we go. Everything's fine. Just didn't have the right legs set up ahead of time. I'm still learning some of the ins and outs of the GPS in this, but we've got it to a degree. Like, I'm actually capable of adjusting that on the fly at this point, which is good. I just don't always remember what I need to adjust beforehand. Alright, so it does seem like we're going to be keeping this controller all the way in. Approach controls 119er85. So we might get a different one. Are we on 119er85? We're not. Let's go ahead and put 11985 in the standby frequency just in case. Let's get our AWAS.
Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 025 at 11. Visibility tree. Sky condition. Few clouds at 700 feet. Few clouds at 4,200 feet. Few clouds at 11,800 feet. Temperature 1C dew point. 10C altimeter. Tree 0 tree tree.
Got it.
Kilo Papa Bravo Fox.
One 1033. Perfect.
Number 6 Hotel Delta, contact Little Rock approach on 119.85.
Wow, called that.
Going to 119.85 Doppler, 6 Hotel Delta.
Let's talk to them. Whoop, wrong button.
Little Rock approach Doppler, November 456 Hotel Delta 2,000 feet.
Number November 456 Hotel Delta Little Rock approach. Continue to reline as planned. Altimeter tree 0.32.
1, 2, 3, enter. Alright, so we're prepared for the tower handoff.
Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 360 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 700 feet. Few clouds at 4,200 feet. Few clouds at 11,800 feet. Temperature 2C dew point. 10C altimeter. Tree 0.
Alright, well the altimeter changed since the last time we checked it. It's fine. I was double checking to make sure the altimeter that we'd just been given by air traffic control was correct for the airport we're flying into, because the pressure at the airport is more important than the pressure here for landing. So we want our altitudes to be correct. Especially if we're coming in on GPS approach. We have to know how high we are. Good on fuel, looking good on torque, ITT, NG. Let's set up our speed bugs for the landing. PFD, speed bugs. Let's do all off and then approach on. Minimums 250, enter.
Donner 6 Hotel Delta descend and maintain 1,800 feet.
Descend and maintain 1,800 feet. Docker 6 Hotel Delta.
Okay, we are on final approach course. Let's bring our power back. That was not our final approach fix. Our final approach fix is going to be, I believe, FSEco is the FAF? Yeah, FSEco. So at FSEco, we will have our cells fully configured for landing. But let's go ahead and get our cells nice and slow so we can drop a notch of flaps. Prepared for a descent to 800, 780 at the next one. We can't do 80. We can't do 780, so we'll do 800. Need 750 feet per minute to descend at 150 knots, but we want to be under 150 knots. From FSEco, we honestly should probably be about 90 knots, maybe 100. Let's keep bringing our speed back. First notch of flaps.
Donner 6 Hotel Delta, you are 8 miles south of Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot.
Is that it?
Donner 6 Hotel Delta.
That script seems, that script seemed a little abbreviated. I'm just not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3. Announce position.
Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot traffic Donner November 456 Hotel Delta 7 miles south inbound RNAV runway 36.
So final is going to be 6. I can see the runway. All right, let's configure for landing.
Landing gear.
Landing gear down. Full flaps. Let's go ahead and trigger the approach so that if we get that altitude information, that'll guide us in the last few hundred feet. And getting ready to land the plane.
Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot traffic Donner November 456 Hotel Delta 4 miles south inbound RNAV runway 36.
Alright, got the glide path. Let's announce final.
Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot traffic Dahmer November 456 Hotel Delta is on final runway 36 to land.
A little below glide slope. Minimums, disconnecting autopilots. Alright, this is where I embarrass myself by having a really terrible landing. Okay, now I just need to clear the runway. That, honestly, one of my better landings since I got this yoke. Alright, we're clear. Let's... Landing lights off. Taxi lights on. Strobe light off. Let's announce clear.
Kilo Papa Bravo Foxtrot traffic Dahmer November 456 Hotel Delta is clear of the runway.
Aircraft still rented because there are uncompleted assignments. Excellent. Alright, let's turn the cabin lights on now that we are on the ground. And, you know, we can go ahead and turn off the autopilot and trims and the oxygens now that we are on the ground. The master warning for the parking brake is kind of annoying. Pitot heats off. Master caution. Okay, so this can go to navcom now. This can go to PFD. Timer. Stop. 47 minutes runway to runway. Not the worst. Let's go ahead and hit that button to make that stop flashing. Let's disconnect those. Alright, inertial separator still on, parking brake is on. Let's turn the heat off. Check. We don't need the timer. Well, we will need the timer actually in a bit. So let's go ahead and just reset that, count down, and I'm going to want 2 minutes. 2, 0, 0. Actually, no, I think up from 0 will be better for that. Let's zoom our map in. So we can see where we are taxiing to. Perfect. And let's get back to navcom. And let's go to standby. And switch over to VFR as well. VFR, enter. Okay. Do I need to announce a taxi here? Doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and make that go away. And let's just, so the parking spot I requested from the game is over here. Though it looks like I've got a person to guide me in there, so we'll go for that. Yeah, that should work. Let's go ahead and clean up the aircraft. Perfect. So much ice on this plane. Back inside. And let's release the parking brake. And taxi. Turn off our taxi lights so they can guide me in without me blinding them. Okay. Parking brake. Let's shut down the airplane. We can turn off the inertial separator and start our countdown for 2 minutes. Prepare the aircraft for shutdown, so it's bleed off. Those are set. Manual fuel selection, boost pump off, ignition off, cabin lights off, access lights off. Strobe lights already off. Let's turn off the nav lights. Ding. Taxi lights already off, and that is off. Okay, so we are ready to shut the plane off as we hit our timers. So at 2 minutes, or let me, and recording. There we go. Ha, another video from outside. So when that timer hits 2 minutes, we will retract the propeller lever to the cutout position, which will make the combined power lever in the game go to low idle, and then 15 seconds after that we will pop the throttle into the cutoff position. The throttle is currently at idle, flaps are retracted, and propeller is full. So 18 seconds, 15 seconds. Seven, 8, 9, 0. Going to low idle. Three, 2, 1, cutout. And that should be shutdown. Success! Success. And we can stop and reset our timer. Speed bugs all off. Nav source FMS and minimums off. I forgot to turn the minimums on. That's why it wasn't on the screen. Thought that was weird. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I've still got a couple more passengers to drop off at a different airport near here, so I'm going to do that just flying for fun without recording it. So thank you all so much for watching. I have no idea, honestly, if this is even going to work with me just going straight into another flight right out of this, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Eliodare. You can find me on the internet at Eliodare on Xbox Live, Steam, Nintendo Switch, etc. And, or you can just leave comments below the videos, because I'm still a tiny channel, and I do appreciate all those that do leave comments, and I still read them all, because, again, tiny. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, and I hope you're enjoying all these videos of the TBM. I was avoiding this plane for a while just because it seemed like everybody was flying this and only this, but yeah, I'm kind of seeing why. It's a fun plane to fly, especially with the having an actual yoke now to control it with. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.